Hey guys, back here again with a new review. Today we're going to be taking a look at the brand new Bastille album, Doom Days. Nearing 3 years since their last LP, Wild World, which was my favorite album of 2016, it's been a long rollout for this album here, with the lead single coming out nearly almost a year ago now. However, since the beginning of 2019, the hinting and anticipation for the album has kind of picked up some steam, and there's been more information that was steadily leaked before a series of singles that was steadily let out before, of course, the album's release. The album opens with that aforementioned lead single, Quarter Past Midnight. The band aimed to lead the listener through a night of wild emotions and experience the protagonist has. And the story starts, as you could guess based on the name of the song, at 12:15 a.m. While Bastille usually is a go-to synth-pop band, this song mainly relies on lead vocalist Dan Smith's vocals, as well as a majority of the time, real instruments. The song covers embracing the nightlife that is nowhere to be found during the day and just diving headfirst in without knowing what's going to happen. The song is a pretty catchy tune and does present a really unique idea for an album as a whole, at least for the start. But beyond the chorus, there's a lot more to it, with the synth pop part about their band is one of the more attractive features. So the lack of that on this track does kind of bring it down a little bit for me, but still it is a tune I return to quite often when it was initially released. Bad Decisions follows as an ode to the stupid things they do during the night. A bit more flavor shows up in this track as well, with that synth pop aspect that they usually have added back in, so that kind of spices it up a bit, as well as the vocals range a bit more on here as well, which is a nice touch too. And the chorus on this has a very confidently strong melody that it's kind of make or break to the song's success. The waves and divide follow one after another, delving into personal issues that the main character has more than just the night as a whole. The tracks do, however, fall a little short on their execution, with just the sound of it not being that intriguing. The Waves chorus, I guess, is some sort of redemption, but on Divide, other than the piano and Dan's vocals, there isn't really much to really offer. And even Dan's vocals on this, it should be one that really highlights his singing ability, and on here he does go a little harder than usual, but there are other tracks on this album where he goes much harder than he did on this song, so the song just kind of feels bland in some aspects. Million Pieces comes up next as a bit more up-paced song and a lot better as well. It's much more EDM driven too. With organic drums over a repeated section from the chorus, the dance bit on this is absolutely infectious. The pre-chorus and chorus on this track also is a fantastic build before the impending instrumental. The self-titled track Doom Days does come at you with a bit of a different format than the rest of the album. Opening with a soft chorus, then going on to a very long verse, and then finally finishing with a much louder version of the opening chorus. The track really has a long build throughout that I find to be absolutely fantastic, as well as it's kind of interesting too, as Dan is known more for his singing, and especially his large vocal bits that he has here and there on several tracks, but on this song he does rap more than anything else. The lyrics talk about the landscape of this character's mind and just all the different problems that personal issues of his, as well as just world issues in general that kind of go through his head, and then it all comes down to the point that he can't really focus it on any of it because of this person that he's with. The production on this track is absolutely amazing too, with a dash of electronic noises here and there as the song progresses, which adds a ton more color to it. Nocturnal Creatures mirrors Million Pieces in a lot of ways, with that repeating chorus sample over an instrumental, but doesn't live up to it in the same way. It is still a great track, but it just kind of feels somewhat like it's overshadowed by Million Pieces. A few tracks later is the track Those Nights, which is the last song before he falls asleep. The instrumentation on the track is compiled very well, with the rubbery synth and unique drums on here really bringing it together. The post-chorus is also a good musical resolution after the chorus finishes with this lyric speeding up. And then there's the final track, Joy, which is the morning after waking up and being just anxious about all the things you were avoiding the previous night, and then somebody calls you or texts you and it kind of saves your day and makes you feel like you're not alone. Choir backing Dan's vocals throughout the majority of the track, specifically on the choruses on this, is pretty upbeat and happy. I would almost say too happy for some people even. But the feature does kind of bring a new aspect that isn't really presented as much as in the for the rest of the album. I believe the only choir that's really on it is just Dan's vocals just layered. A unique idea featuring a palette of original thoughts here comes out pretty well with a character experiencing a night of partying. Its fun composition and layout make for a very engaging story on this. And a few tracks do lack a few aspects that really make a few of the tracks really listenable, but for the most part, all the tracks do come through and do show in some way a good aspect that really wants me to come back to it. So in the end, I'm going to give this album an 8. So let me know what you guys thought of the album here. Let me know what I should review next. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will talk to you guys next time. See ya. Bye.